you've seen behind the curtain.
Are we live?
Are we?
I don't know. It says going live.
Oh,
Appears we are live. So, if you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay!
Hi there everyone, welcome back to the Monday Club. We're back up in the loft.
Jenny, she loves the train, she does.
Oh, you've forgotten the rest of the words.
No, because I did it wrong. It wasn't supposed to be she loves the train, she does. It's supposed to be she loves the trains, it's true. She likes locos, whether they're green or blue.
Yeah, you can't remember the rest, can you?
Something about a carriage.
Does it end in marriage?
You're not allowed to marry a carriage.
Oh, but does it
Discrimination,
look
you
sweet
know?
upon the seat of a Bottom Master 4000 made for two?
Just don't put up your feet.
Right, anywho, when I can see the chat, first up I would like to thank George Botterini.
Yes, thank you very much.
Been really generous at the $9.99 donation.
Amazingly generous.
I think was it $9.99 or $10? Something like that.
To be honest with you, I can't recall off the top of my head.
Thank you ever so much. That is amazingly generous of you. We've got the Oldsmead Project, Ham Shackleton, Debbie Webb, 1701 The File Flyer, Ben Lacluse, Flymer Chairman 1, Matt O'Vell, Matt W, Belmont Junction, Robin Slewer, Vobbit Becking, Ruben Ashwell, Richard Swiderski, Ben Tullett, Southern Train Girl, David Cook, Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. Is that right down at the bottom?
No.
Because you're stopping it from scrolling.
Jerry
BVR,
I didn't stop it from anything.
Debbie Webb, Patrick Furlong, Iron Horse Railways. Yeah, that's fine. Stop messing with it. Martin Hares. Who else have we got? Dean Fielding, Tony Wright, Thomas. It's Map the Dragon Railways. Alistair Boyd, 79. George Botterini is in. Thank you very much as well. Very, very kind donation. J. Paul Anderson, Moreland Model Railway, Andy, Malcolm Moore. And also a big hello to the two trolls who went and voted it down before we even started.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, guys.
I realised we were 2 minutes later than the scheduled time, but guys, have patience. We get there in the end, just like Southern trains.
No. The sort of people who are going to vote dislike anyway. They turned up specifically to do that. So a big hello to the both of you, or as is probably the case,
The one
to
of
you and your puppet account. But it's great to see you all. I hope I find you well. It's been such a hot couple of weeks. Yes, I'd love something to drink. Thank you very much. Gosh, I've been doing a lot of walking today, so if I look a bit shattered, well, it's actually because I am. So what have we got going on? Well, the TRS trains 14XX with that incredible smoke effect is going round, and
It really does look and sound good.
it does. Still yet to work out the best amount of water to put in. So it's actually, I think it's stopped smoking at the moment. It's a full fill is supposed to do about 20 minutes. The problem is that judging it perfectly and not swamping the mechanism is really difficult. I'm looking at it over there. It's running lovely. It's got amazing sound in there. Zemo sound file, a Stay Alive as well, a crew from Hardy's Hobbies, and a really great weathering job. It's actually one of the best custom weathering jobs on a locomotive I've ever seen. Now, if you're wondering why it's going around with that North British Open van behind it, let me see if I can just find it on a camera. So it'll be popping out of the tunnel in a moment. It's got 3 link couplings, and the only wagon I could find... Where are you? Oh, there you are. The only wagon I could find that the 3 link coupling would actually connect to and work is the Oxford Rail 4-plank open. So that's why it's got that at the front of the train. But it's quite happily poodling around. We've got some bottled water in the pipette, and let's see if I can actually, I've got the bottle down here. I'm just going to suck up a bit more water, and let's see if I just change the camera view I'm just going to try, and this is one of the things that I really like about this, actually, that you can actually juice it up on the move. The only thing is, if it runs out of water, you have to turn the smoke unit off and then on again. And sometimes you need to just make sure that there's an appropriate amount of air at the top. Oh my word! Ruben Ashwell incredibly generously donated £4 on the super chat. Says, I enjoy your great live streams and videos. Well, thank you ever so much. And of course, it's something that we couldn't do this without you guys actually letting us play some of your videos at the end. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to. A big hello to Question of Trek, who says, what's up everybody? Hi Jenny and Zoe, I hope you are both well. Absolutely, and of course Question of Trek is a regular feature for the Cupboard Monkey every Saturday night. Hi
Conti.
So yeah, and of course the artist formerly known as Garthian, aka Warbler Productions, was actually on last Saturday as well. So
last Saturday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, why don't you just like take the rip out of me?
I wasn't. But,
well, you were. Yeah. Ray Burble, hi to you. Ruben Ashwell, Main Train, Eastport, Moorfield Model Railway, Andy, Rachel Houston. Good evening to you. Great to see you in. Peter Leyland, Michael Jackson Fanmade. So, how's everybody doing? I'm just reading through the comments. Lots of people saying hello to everybody. I do love this. This is something that I really love about the Monday Club, that we've got this great community feel. Don't forget to tickle that like button, share the stream, and also, if you haven't already done so, of course, do consider subscribing, ring the bell, bloody blah, you know the drill. Right, at the moment, actually you can't really see it very well because this little lot is in the way. Let me just move them back somewhat. So we've got the Southeastern and Chattan Railway D class in the SECR grey, and it's actually sat on, and I'll hold the box up. It's the DCC Concepts Premium HO gauge rolling road, which the reason I've got this here, so you can see I've taken a whole load of the rollers out for that, is that I filmed What's Neat This Week with Ken Patterson. Big hello to Ken and the What's Neat This Week posse. So I filmed that on Saturday. There's of course the St. Louis train show coming up this coming weekend for all of you over in the US. I believe that's all still on. Unfortunately, even though I had an invite to be over there, we were just waiting for the borders to open, and that hasn't happened. So unfortunately, I cannot attend that event in person. I'm really disappointed. I was so looking forward to that.
So the Americans managed to keep you out?
Yes, they did. They went, oh, you say Jenny is planning to travel here? Well, we'll see about that, won't we? So basically, I won't be at that meet, but it's always next year. Egg Rider says, Police Chief Wiggum with GWR stock. Oh, the shame of it. Yes, we do have Police Chief Wiggum, aka Walter K. Wiggum, is doing the rounds. I do love that experimental purple livery. And actually, I was having a look on the Hornby website earlier on, and it is actually still available now. It's showing us available direct from Hornby. I think it did go out of stock for a while. So I can only assume that Hornby has found a crate of them tucked away in their warehouse. And you may think, oh, that's a bit careless. But having just been through a stock take with a major model railway producer, I know full well that you find things and you're like, whoa, I thought we went out of stock of these 4 years ago. What is this box doing here? So it's you know, there is a great opportunity for you to get yourself the Police Chief Wiggum purple A4, and I do love an A4, and I particularly like that purple colour. So big hello to Les Cliff. It's great to see you. We need to get you here as well, live and dangerous. It's been too long, Les. Says just liked and shared as I always do. Of course, Les, you are a stalwart of the channel, and of course doing sterling work as one of the moderators on the Jenny Monday Club Facebook group, which, when I last looked, 855 members. So it's going well. Don't forget as well that you can join as well over on Facebook. Share what you've been up to all through the week, and also chat with other people from the Monday Club. Matt Ovell says, Titus behind building by Girder Bridge. Yeah, it's behind the...
Wow, you've spotted it. Jen thought you might not be able to see it.
Oh gosh, where's Garthian today? Well, the artist formerly known as Garthian.
Can I just say something about the Monday Club Facebook group?
Yes?
We had a guy who posted some photos of his designs for his layout and said, delete if not appropriate. Since when have designs for railway layouts not been appropriate? Of course
it was appropriate. Look, I don't want people to feel that, that people feel that they have to ask permission to post about their trains. No, it is always the case that all train-related posts are always welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't it.
I love the way Question of Trek says, I need to get into trains so I know what Jenny and Zoe are talking about.
Don't worry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm here as the layperson who likes to make little dioramas.
She's here as the nuisance who is... the bar service up here is terrible.
Let me finish. I make dioramas. I like dioramas and models. You're very much into all aspects of the hobby.
Oh, yes.
So we have very different backgrounds, and that's why we are here. Also, I have to make this stuff work because Jen is not technical. But yeah, never feel like you can't share something on the Monday Club group. It's there for everyone.
Oh, absolutely. Sue at Pudham Junction says, good evening, Jenny, Zoe and all. Missed our Monday night for the fix for the last week. Well, we are back. Don't worry about that. And Skipsy Trains as well. Don't forget to like everyone. I believe I talked to you on the phone as well. And that's one of the really great things, actually, about working at DCC Concepts.
What, they let you on the phone? Why on earth would anyone let you on the phone? You'd never get off it.
Well, what actually happens is that when people ring in, the extensions ring one after the other. And if somebody doesn't pick up in, say, the tech loft, it transfers to another set of things.
And it transfers from the tech loft to the pleb bin.
Yeah. If Richard Brighton's in, we're in the pleb bin. Eventually it reaches my phone and it starts ringing and it's like, oh no, the weird silver box is making that noise again. How do I make it stop? Or I'll just, hello. So it was really great to have a chat with you, actually. Really, really great. But there's an awful lot of Monday Clubbers that I really enjoy talking to on the phones at DCC Concepts, and also in person. We've had quite a few Monday Clubbers pass through, but don't forget, just like several other shops as well have operated a similar system. Because ours is small, because we also have a lot of other stuff going on there, we are operating a booking in advance system. So you just give us a call and book in for when it's free. And it just the idea is to make sure that we don't end up with a free-for-all where there's like loads of people all turn up at once. And it's just, because we do have members of staff doing stuff in there as well. So we've got to try and fit it all in and just make sure that not too many people are trying to be in the same place.
So we've got a statement here. Where's it gone?
Can I just... Patrick...
Someone said that they were late. And I believe... yes, Ian White says, I'm late. Have I missed anything? Well, we have a friend here who would like to respond to that.
A Monday Clubber is never late. Frodo Baggins. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
I hope that we're able to hear that.
Is that loud enough?
A Monday Clubber is never late. Frodo Baggins. Nor are they
What's
early.
this Frodo Baggins
They arrive
in
precisely
there?
when they mean to.
Who's Frodo Baggins and what's he doing here? Because hasn't he got like big floppy feet? You're glitter. Are you all right? You look like you were burning up. And
I am burning up.
Why is this not pointing at you? So you might want to top her up by pouring some of the water in.
I am somewhat
moist, shall we say. You missed a bit, just your glistening other side. But Patrick Furlong, thank you ever so much. Very, very kindly donated £1 on the paypal.me link. So thank you ever so much for that. That is, as I always say, without your generosity, everybody, we just couldn't do this. It does help us to keep going. And
So we've
to be
got
able...
we got a message from Yakshya Kumar. I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. I'm from India. Welcome.
Big hello.
Doesn't matter where you're from, everyone's welcome. Why is this exploding?
It's because when it's atmospheric conditions have changed and freezing it, as we all remember at school, when water turns into ice, it expands. So that's why it's done that. But yes, welcome all and sundry from everywhere around the world. We have people from India, France, Germany, Sweden, Canada, the US, Mexico. We've had people South Africa as well, Australia, New Zealand,
Yeah, you get about it, but
Japan, Singapore. We've had people from all over the world, and of course everybody is welcome. It's one of the big things about the Monday Club is that we make everybody feel welcome.
Well, we
Mike
hope.
Reed says,
No, we try to.
Mike Reed says, what is a cupboard monkey? I hear you say that a lot. Oh, there was a long story behind this.
This is Les's fault.
Was it Les?
Yes, he called me a cupboard monkey because I was.
Oh, so
monkeying
it was
around.
Les.
Yes.
That might need to melt a little bit more, actually. Yeah. But hold on, we'll put it in front of the fan because that means I get the full benefit. Look at it's making it. It's doing that weird thing again.
You're doing the weird thing again.
The whole system's doing a weird thing again. Right, but yeah, the cupboard monkey. That was Les, actually. Les, I blame you. Who called you a cupboard monkey, and the name stuck because when we first started the Monday Club, we were doing it downstairs in Zoe's office,
which meant I got kicked out of my workroom. Yeah,
and that was actually before we even started doing stuff up here, as in building it. I can't remember. I don't think we had.
Yes and no. There was some parts down there where we had, and a lot of the time we hadn't.
But it was so Les just called her a flippant offhand remark, a cupboard monkey, and it stuck because where we were doing it, she would sort of stick her hand in and wave and stuff, and it looked like she was in the cupboard. But that's where that came from. Mike Reed is from North Carolina. We do get people from all over the US as well, and it's actually easy to forget if you're in the UK that a state in America is the size of a large country to itself. So it's
they do get quite large over there.
Yeah, because you look at the UK, and the UK is in its entirety. We're talking Scotland, Wales, England, and Northern Ireland. Is about the same size as an average-sized US state. You can drive all the way across the UK in an afternoon. In fact.
You could drive all the way across America in an afternoon if you go fast enough.
What do you like doing? Are you going for the Cannonball Run title?
Technically it's true though, you can't say it's not.
Yeah. So who else have we got? Dinmore Junction, hi to you. Peter Taylor, who says, hello from Lancashire. Oh, local boy. Welcome to you. It's always great to see you. There's people talking about cleaning track and stuff. Patrick Furlong says, Jenny, I called you the attic monster. Yeah, that was because that's normally when you do... when
I do live streams, yes, you're the attic monster.
Yeah, when Zoe does her computer live stream, I tend to bang on the floor, so I become the attic monster.
Or the thing upstairs.
Yeah.
Feed me. But that's nothing compared to the horrors that lurk beneath the trapdoor. For there is always something down there, in the dark, waiting to come out.
I can see that you watched way
Don't
too much.
you open that trapdoor. You're a fool if you dare.
Okay, right. Flymer Chairman 1 says, keeping dry and cool.
I wish I was.
Dry. We haven't had the rain here yet. Now, there's been flash flooding all over southern England. And up here, we're still sweltering. So just, stop hogging all the rain. We'd like some of that. We'll share with you.
You can have the heat to try and dry everything off, and we'll have the rain.
Big hello to Bo Minnick, and also Richard Stone says, new GWR Oxford any good? My last Oxford East Kent Railway motor burnt out. I'm sorry to hear that. That is not a fault that I've heard from many people. I know there's been a few faults with some of the earlier N7s. I think as well there was a little bit of a lack of vertical motion on the bogies on the original the original Adams radial, but that did get quickly fixed. Now I've just been told to Les Cliff has sent £5 through PayPal.me. You didn't need to do it, but thank you ever so much. That is incredibly generous, and of course, as always, your donations do all go towards helping to bring out new video content on the channel. So thank you ever so much for that.
Just wondering, Jen.
Yeah.
Has there been much news?
Yes, well, with the Ever Given on the move, we are going to see a bumper release of delayed stock from Dapol. They're the only manufacturer that I know of for certain who had cargo on the Ever Given. But we're looking at the O-gauge bubble cars. They're the class 121s and possibly, I think, 122s. Those will be coming, but it does appear that there may have been some N-gauge models on there as well. Excuse me, because I've seen listed as imminent some of the N-gauge long wheelbase XGWR ventilated vans. What else have we got? We've also had come through from Hellion. The Lynn has arrived, the 242 Baldwin. And I also would like to extend a great thanks to Hellion, as they are sending over not just the 242 Baldwin in 009, which we'll do a full review of, and looking forward to seeing that running on Mineth Tatis, which is my narrow gauge layout, but they're also sending over one of the AEC rail cars too. Now, I was lucky enough to be able to review one of the Dapol rail cars, XGWR rail cars, and I believe that the oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
Chauvinist says, Jennifer, I'm a guy, can I get a kiss? Oh, it's married, but yeah, it's okay. Very, very kindly sent $2.05. And Ian White says, for the next Loco, £5. Very, very generous of you. Thank you both. That is incredibly generous of you.
It really is. Thank you.
And as I said before, it does always go towards new videos.
I just have one question before we go any further, Jen.
Yes?
Alexa, what is the best locomotive?
I don't know that one.
Yes, you do. I told you.
Oh,
Alexa, which locomotive is best?
Gronk's the best, of course.
Gronk it up, gronk it up,
Choo
gronk
choo.
it up.
It's time to gronk it up.
There we go.
Whoa. Can I just correct something there? Yeah. Gronks don't go choo-choo. They go gronk, gronk, gronk. Hence the nickname. Come on, tell her. Patrick Furlong says, Jenny, we need a Monday Club soundtrack album. Well, actually, what we need is a Billy's Replacement Speakers transit van. Now, we have been, we've made preliminary inquiries about this with Oxford Diecast. I'm waiting to hear back from them. I've spoken initially to their representative, who's putting me in touch with the person who deals with Oxford Diecast road vehicles. And the idea is we're going to look into whether a short production run of something like, we're thinking a transit van, but with Billy's Replacement Speakers logo on the side. So we're going to look into that. There's no promises at this time. May not even be a transit van. What it's down to is what Oxford Diecast happen to be producing. Because there's a minimum order of 1,000 vans.
And I don't know
if
whether
basically, if we say we want this model, and they go, well, this year we're resting that model. We're not planning on producing any. To get them to put it into production anyway, we have to order a minimum of 1,000, which I think 1,000 Billy's Replacement Speakers transit vans might be a bit much. So what we're actually going to look at is, if they say, well, we're not doing the transit van, but we are doing something like I'm trying to think of another if they did something like the VW van, like this Hornby 001, then it would become the Billy's replacement speakers van would tag on to that production run. That's the idea. And I'm sure that I did see, they call them Mickey Mouse cars. They have those big loudspeakers on the roof that you sometimes see during general elections, driving around and blaring out slogans and stuff. If they do one of those, we are so getting that as the Billy's replacement speakers mobile.
Can I just point out also that we have, as an alternative, thought we might look into the history of Billy's replacement speakers.
We've got a backstory on Billy.
Yes, because the company is, of course, very old and was originally founded as William Loud and Sons Gramophone Part Replacement Services.
No, it was gramophone horn replacement.
That was it.
Yes.
William Loud and Sons.
Make your 78 sound like 128. So that is we're getting a full backstory, and actually Iron Horse Iron Horse Railways. You did change your name, I think. Actually, let me just Iron Horse Railways. Could we impress upon you? We would absolutely love for you to do a billboard, like an advertising billboard, for Billy's replacement speakers, because if I go to, is it on this angle? No, it's not on that angle. So let's go to this angle. So you forgot to tell me to change the thing. Right.
I did change the thing.
The factory unit you see right up in the top centre of the layout, that I want to turn into the Billy's replacements. Oh yes, sorry. So this over here, where the little green finger of doom is pointing, I want to turn that into the Billy's replacement speakers distribution centre. So just want to have the sign from the side and like a billboard facing the railway advertising William Loud and Sons.
I just think that's a hilarious thing.
Yeah. But I think that there's a lot of mileage in this. The
billboard
for Billy, not a problem. I think that would be a great little addition to it as well. So thank you ever so much for that. We'll sort out with that. But I think that needs to be Billy's National Distribution Centre or something like that. But I'm going to wait until I hear back from Oxford Diecast.
Yeah, because we can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, and it depends on minimum orders, prices, stuff like that. But Billy's replacement speakers vehicle, I think, is going to be a good one. Don't forget as well that we've also got merchandise available in the description somewhere down below. So you can also get your own speakers. I've got Billy on the brain. Yeah. Oh, also, that's what it was we said as well as part of the backstory for. Interesting. Egg Rider says, do a search for Dinky Toys 492 loudspeaker van for a suitable William Loud and Sons van.
That sounds brilliant.
That does sound brilliant. Big hello to Anea Oriti, Dave Collins, he says it's competition time. Roger Woolston Holmes says, like the HMV dog, you could have a terrier look at the horn.
A terrier being blasted away by the horn.
Yeah, actually, a terrier with its ears. Oh, actually, it would be like a what is Snoopy? A basset hound with the floppy
He's a
ears.
beagle.
Is he? Well, the one with the floppy ears, and you just have it look like it's in a gale force. Madden Steam Railways says, how about a model of the Volkswagen ID Buzz electric van? But any Volkswagen T1 or T2 would do. It's really down to what Oxford Diecast are going to be producing probably next year. We need to shift the last of the Jenny Monday Club wagons. We've still got about, I think it's about 10% of those left to sell. Once they're all done, I can, I know Ham Shackleton, Snoopy's a beagle, sorry. Iron Horse Railway says, Zoe, if you PM me on Facebook later with the measurements, I'll be able to make it spot on. Excellent. Well, I will do some measurements after the live stream and we'll get those to you. But I think that might be something great. We can have a lot of people with their Billy's things going on. But we do need to have a Billy's replacement speakers t-shirt or something.
I know.
I think that'll be absolutely mental. The other thing, we were talking about the backstory. We thought that during the 1970s, Billy Jr. would have spent a bit of time in his early 20s as a roadie for Spinal Tap on their ill-fated Smell the Glove tour. And I just had this idea that Billy is the guy behind the idea of the amp that goes to 11, because he had to basically make some speakers that would go to 11 to go with it. I like that. Simon the Railway Enthusiast 83 says, break the sound barrier with Billy's replacement speakers. Sue at Putnam Junction asks, would Billy's van be an N-gauge? If not, could we have a decal? Now, we have talked about decals.
I am thinking decals maybe if we can't get this diecast thing going, then decals may be the way to do it.
Definitely, yeah. I think we do need to. I think Billy's replacement speakers is rapidly becoming the thing. And I think that's going to be
great, considering that it actually comes from a joke in All Over the House that we did to fill a day when we didn't have a proper comic.
Yeah, it's actually it is a joke, and
it's all down to just the fact that adverts tend to be louder than the programs on streaming services.
Yeah, so you have like a whispery thing, and then suddenly it's like loud, and it's like basically this ad break sponsored by Billy's replacement speakers. But that's where it comes from, and of course, as a lovely little segue here. The complete comic collections of All Over the House are available as well. How do people actually... Oh, sorry, you're overheating there.
I'm massively overheating. I need to just press this against my chest so I can...
It's a good job that's not on
the
camera.
heart down.
She's just unbuttoned her blouse and shoved a bottle of ice down.
No, what I've actually done is I've pressed the ice bottle against... the chest, because it works. It cools straight down to the heart and therefore pumps the cold blood around.
Ooh, Ben Tullett says, don't look on Oxford Diecast's website, Jenny. There's a Land Rover Series 2 in Billy Smart Circus livery with 2 huge speakers on its roof.
Jen, you need to get it.
We need it. We need it. We need it. Gwyn Rhys Davies, good evening to you. Oh, thank you very much. I'll have some of that.
See what I mean? It goes straight to the heart.
Yeah, that hits the spot. Ham Shackleton says, I have a Billy's shop, haven't had chance to build it yet. And I think that this is going to be, maybe we should have like a photo album as well, where people can share their Billy's replacement speakers images. Yeah. And like maybe somebody would have like a model rock concert, and there'd just be speaker stacks that are blown, and that kind of thing. Paul Higgins says a lot of YouTube. Where's it gone? It's all just suddenly gone. Woo! Where's it gone? It just jumped. I've lost my place. Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase has 14XX on Jenny's layout. Left for Titfield. David J says, Jen, couldn't you find a suitable plain flat-sided van and get some Billy's replacement speakers transfers made?
We are considering decals.
That is definitely one of the options.
What are you saying, Paul Higgins? A lot of YouTube videos about a Curascale tip hook wagons, mainly bad detail falling off.
Where are we? Sorry, a Curascale tip hook wagons, mainly bad.
I've not heard this, but any info?
The tip hook wagon is actually one of the few wagons that I've not had the opportunity to review, so I can't really comment on that. I must admit, it's not one that I've seen in the flesh, but I can certainly check on that. Thank you ever so much, Flymo Chairman 1, sharing the link for the mugs. I think as well, the same location, you can also get the t-shirts and hoodies.
Yes.
Right, Ruben Ashwell says TARDIS near the box fan with the yellow roof. It absolutely is. I think a few other people spotted it as well. Yeah, Richard Swiderski, hi to you, says TARDIS in the siding. Question of Trek says, well guys, I'm sorry to say I have to shoot off. It's dinner time.
See
Take
you
care,
later, Conti.
everyone, and I will see you soon, Jenny and Zoe. Nerdside represent.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
The next train to arrive on platform 1 is the Billy's replacement speaker service to Eindhoven. Well done, Simon Trains. I like that.
Yes. I love that. I mean, this is a bit like how the Cupboard Monkey started. That we kind of just evolved.
That's the best kind. If you don't have to force any community ideas and memes, then they work better.
I do like the idea, though, that Billy Jr. spent time in the late 70s, early 80s as a roadie for Spinal Tap and was responsible for the
grab that just in case.
And was responsible for the creation of the speakers that also went to 11 to match up with the amplifier.
So what's the difference between these and the other ones?
And thank you very much, Flymo Chairman 1, for sharing the link for the books as well. Maddenstein Railway says Billy Loud was a very nice character. Yes, his van was a T2 Volkswagen from 1973 to 1995 when the company was sold to his son David.
Trying to put in some more backstory.
I know, we're going to have... There'll be a whole family of them. Maybe there's like... it's not Billy. It's Billy's German cousin. Wilhelm's replacement speakers.
What would it be in German?
Wilhelm
replacement.
So I don't know. Laudenhofer. I don't know.
Wilhelm Laudenhofer.
Laudenhofer.
I like it.
Anderes ist lauter als andere. I don't know. I must learn more German. David J says, another thought, Jen. It must be easy for someone with a 3D printer to make some speakers just like the Dinky Toy speaker van. Actually, that Mark II, Series 2 Land Rover in the Oxford Diecast range, that is definitely one to query about. It's given me lots of ideas. Now, there's also ideas for a wagon if the Monday Club JK Acura scale wagon sells out. We also need to then eventually think about another commissioned wagon. I think, if they really do go down so well, and what I'm actually thinking, and nothing again is set in stone, but the idea for a wagon with a livery that suits the 1930s sort of period, so more for the steam guys. Oh yes, oh yes. Yes, we need it. We need it, Gromit. Oh my word.
Oh, it's sold out though.
Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase very, very kindly donated £5 on the Super Chat and says, this is why I love the Monday Club. Model trains and a good laugh.
That's the entire point, so I'm glad you're really enjoying it. Thank you so much. That Billy Smart Circus, it's sold out.
We should try that, the Bolton Model Mart, actually.
Yes.
They might still have one in stock. David Collins says Lautsprecher.
Yes.
Lautsprecher. Although, Flymo Chem once suggests Wilhelm's Alter Werken Hautessprechen. And Maddenstein Railway says in German it would be Billy's. He would be, because Billy's short for William, so he'd be Wilhelm. It would be Wilhelm's Hautpereuren. I'll have to work that out.
Wouldn't that be Hautpereuren?
Haut. A-U is an ow sound, like how.
Okay.
Egg Rider says, going back to an earlier comment about the rain down south, just seen a picture of Yeovil Penn Mills Station taken today in a Facebook group, and the track bed next to the platforms is underwater. Actually, I've seen loads of pictures of London completely flooded in places.
Yeah.
Ham Shackleton says, in German it's Billy's Ersatzlautsprecher. That sounds...
Ersatzlautsprecher.
And Southern Train Girl says, Google Translate says Billy's replacement speakers is Billy's, of course, Ersatz is replacement, and then Lautsprecher is loudspeaker. So yeah. Brilliant, thank you. And David Collins says, Wilhelm Lautsprecher.
Yeah.
I think it's like, but it's not Billy's replacement speakers. It's Billy's German cousin, Wilhelm Lautsprecher.
I think Borminic has a good point. Release decals so we can do that. I will look into it.
I think decals is something we can always keep in the range.
Yes.
I can
By the way,
smell-
Jen, I need to do something because we've got here from Craig Andrews. I usually watch Never Chat, so you could call me a backgrounder. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Please say happy birthday to my mate Roger, please. You've got a great layout, Jenny. You must have spent lots of money on it.
Oh,
Never
thank you.
count up how much you've spent.
No,
you will
believe
cry.
me, it's scary. Yeah, you'll sit and gibber in the corner.
So-
But
Happy birthday to you.
Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter.
I never know which one you're going to sing. Happy birthday to Roger.
you. So happy birthday to you, and it's great to have you in the Monday Club.
I
Great
used to work
coach.
with a guy who would describe anything random as Wilhelm Nilheim or willy-nilly in German. Good stuff. I like that.
Break coach suggests that we need a train consisting of only brake coaches, and it might break down. Ruben Ashwell says the Southeast seriously need Percy to their rescue by the sounds of it. Water's nothing to an engine with determination, you know, but didn't they have to chop up the guard's precious floorboards to provide dry wood to get his fire burning again? Davil says, I used to work with a guy who would describe anything... Oh, yes, so you've read that out.
one.
The Ellesmead project says Billy's rivet counting services 1 millimeter can make a difference, but you... Yeah, I think there's like a whole community of different people with strange jobs, but...
Yeah, they're all called Billy.
Yeah. And maybe the new guy comes into town, it's like, what's your name? Dave. Ooh,
Oh, no.
that might be confusing.
Can
Why
we
don't
call
you
you Billy? He writes, I'm glad it's my birthday next Thursday, not Monday. Well,
well, in advance,
anticipation,
happy birthday to you.
Squash
You
tomato.
live in the
She
zoo.
does it every different time.
You look like a monkey, and you
you
smell
act
like
like
one
one
too.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday in advance, Ian, so you can't escape that easily. Simon the Railway Enthusiast 83 says Billy's replacement speaker's brilliant. I know, it's got such mileage, hasn't it? You get more mileage out of a Billy's replacement speaker. Yeah. You don't want a tweeter. You need a Billy's replacement speaker. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was going to get a whack, whack, whack. Right. Madenstein Railway says, would you believe that the side road outside my back garden was flooded by the Upper Marsh Lane Bridge?
Yes,
I'd seen on the news, actually,
It
that a
looks
lot of people...
bad down south.
Oh, God, yeah. So really, really sorry all the people who've been flooded out. I know in Germany as well. If anybody in from Germany, we did catch that on the news.
How's that? How's Holland faring?
I can imagine that there's a lot of flooding all over, and it's got to be remembered that actually, if you've got flooding inland, that water's got to go somewhere, and so you get a lot of flooding all the way down the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ruben Ashwell says, "Oh yes, the guard's floorboards. He only swept them that morning." yeah. They should have said, "Well, you know what? You don't have to sweep them again because they're gone." Ben Davis says, "Hi Jennifer, I just got my Kerno Model Rail Centre, London and South Western Railway, 10-ton goods brake van in London South Western Railway, Brown number 10131. I haven't got one at all at the moment. I've just made contact actually with Kerno Model Centre about doing a review on those. They do look really, really good."
I need to just ask my my electronic assistant here. Does Jenny like trains? So I'm just going to ask her. Does Jenny like trains?
Jenny likes trains as much as a pig likes truffles, maybe more.
I thought pigs liked something else.
Pigs like truffles. That's
They
why
like
all
to
look for
wallow in
truffles.
something else, don't
They
they?
like to wallow in their own truffles.
And also, do they have big bottoms?
Oh my goodness, I am burning up.
Somerset Andy, great to see you. And of course, the Somerset Andy Class 47 is doing the rounds on the layout, which, courtesy of another Monday Clubber, I really must apologise because I do forget people's names. They very, very kindly sent me a Class 47 sound decoder to go with it. So,
Wow. That's an interesting noise.
yep. So that 47 is actually sound fitted with a 47 sound chip. So thank you ever so much for that. Is Warbler Productions okay actually? 'Cause I haven't actually seen him in the chat.
He was okay on Saturday when he was on Question of
So
Fact.
if you watch this on the rewind, perhaps you've overslept something, or maybe do something. People are allowed to do something else. But we did miss you.
But our aim's getting better.
Yep, Canada's HO Scale Trains channel. Big hello to you. Let's have a look. What else we
So,
got?
Jenny, has there been any other news?
Any other news?
I remember I
Oh yeah, we were
interrupted you.
talking news and then got interrupted. Right, what we need to do as well is have a quick think. Right, the D classes have now completely sold out from Rails.
They
I haven't.
went really quick, didn't they?
Yeah, I've never known a release sell so quickly. Now, I don't know, I think that's all of them. So they're completely sold out through them. I believe you can still get the preserved example through the National Railway Museum, but I haven't checked that. And there are some models which are available direct from Dapol, but again, they will be selling exceptionally fast because Rails have completely sold out. It's done really, really well. I've got my D-Class grinding away here. Now, it has run into a bit of a problem that it sounds squeaky and grindy when it gets warm. So I've got it on the DCC Concepts Premium HO Rolling Road Gold Plated for perfect electrical conductivity and the perfect gift for any railway modeler for Christmas. Sorry, right, okay, sales spiel, we should put that over there in the box.
Yes,
Get in the box.
This isn't the Sale Club, it's the Monday Club.
Yes. But a big hello to 57305 Northern Princess. Great to see you. And don't forget, everybody, don't forget to. Yes, don't forget to tickle that like button. If you're watching this and enjoying, do show your appreciation by tickling the like button. It's free, it's easy, and it does help out my ego.
Not just
And
that, it helps with the engagement analytics.
it does as well.
Which keeps us on the air.
Also, don't forget to consider sharing the stream to all forms of social media, not just to the Book of Face, but also Instagram, Twitter, was it Conkbox and Boxface Tubester?
There's no such thing as Conkbox,
Well,
but if there was, you would definitely be on it.
Yeah, something like that.
So, Jenny, what were you doing last night?
What was I doing last night?
Comparing something?
Oh yes, you did the Book Nook Comedy
The
Club.
Book Room Comedy Club.
Oh, wow.
You don't even know where you were.
So what? Who are you? Where am I? Let's just top that up. But yes, so the Cupboard Monkey, as some of you may know, was doing the comedy review, and it's how many times have you done
That's 6 episodes now at the Book Room Comedy Club, and I will be doing stand-up live on stage as soon as I can manage to get some open mic nights and see how we go from there.
There we go. If anybody's wondering, I'm not having a pee down here. I'm actually just filling up the air conditioning thing. It just blows like watery stuff. It uses water to cool the air. Tim Maslin, hello to you. Clive Cobold, great to see you. Swindon69, howdy ho. Oh, excuse me, a lot of gas in there. Diet Coke.
Flammerchemin wants, sorry, no, it's not. Tim Maslin says, what's the locomotive on the turntable?
Well, that is a Hornby, a Duchess of Montrose in BR green with the early crest. It is a sound-fitted locomotive, and it's one of my favourites, not least because as a child I had, or still have, a Hornby 00 3-rail Duchess of Montrose. Those of a certain age will be very much aware of that being one of their seminal models. So when Hornby brought it out in a super spec model, in exactly the same livery. I couldn't resist. Bo Minnick says, my Backman SE and CRC class just hit the porch after over a month in customs in Chicago.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
That's almost as bad as Eindhoven.
Also, Richard Swiderski says, hi Jen, saw Pete Waterman's Chester Cathedral layout today. Well worth a visit. Of course, yes, and Hornby magazine has been hanging out there as well. They put up a video on that. Really, really interesting. Certainly, a lot, as people say, if you're in the vicinity, well worth a visit. Oswestry Road TMD, big hello to you. How are you doing? And what are we, exploring and adventures? Hello Jenny, how are you today? Watching here from New Brighton in Merseyside. Right up on the top of the Wirral Peninsula, I believe. So you look across the water and see the Liver building, I'm guessing. Let's have a look. What else have we got going on? Ellesmead Projects is Purple Blue A4. Yes, it is Police Chief Wiggum. Although it does actually say Walter K. Wiggum on the side, but I just started referring to it as Police Chief Wiggum. And as we said right at the beginning, they appear to have come back into stock at Hornby. I think they found a few boxes of them in the warehouse. So if you want your own purple A4 as Deputy Police Chief Wiggum, then there is an opportunity to get one at the moment. Cameron Patterson, big hello to you from Glasgow. Sweetie Roy, hi to you. Customs, talking of customs, I know that Stefan Nielsen, who's the editor of, I'm going to take a run up here, I'll still mispronounce him.
Johannesvags magazine,
why do you have to do the hurdy-gurdy?
Because that's how you pronounce
Modelianisvags Magazinet, which is a magazine over there. Twice we've sent him stuff, and twice Swedish Customs have not let him have it and just sent it straight back.
I tell you what you need to do. Just get a cannon and fire it.
No.
Tell us when it gets to your house.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Right.
Oh my goodness, Bo Minnick says the best one for me was 76 days, so by a month they were on their game. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is not good.
Customs have been pretty grim of late all around the world. Anyway, right. Exploring and Adventure says, yes, I very much can, and on a good day I can even view as far as the Liverpool John Lennon Airport and speak. It looks great, absolutely. David Cook says, Jenny, is that a Britannia on your turntable? It looks a huge locomotive. No, as I said before, Duchess of Montrose. It's a Princess Coronation, number 46232. Do love that locomotive. But other locomotives that are running, well, on
other locomotives are available.
Yeah, we've got the Somerset Andy Class 47, which is a Bachmann in a Bachmann model in intercity livery as Firefly. That's doing the rounds on the outer track with the long mixed goods train. The next track in is a TRS Trains version of the Hatton's 14XX. It's an amazing model, actually. We've got a video coming out on that on Wednesday. And even though it's a small auto tank in 00, TRS Trains have managed to pack in their incredible steam generator unit, which is the best smoke generation unit I've ever seen.
I've been very impressed with that.
It actually looks genuine, and of course, because it uses water, there's no risk of it overheating, and there's no fumes. Big hello to J94, great to see you in. Says hi Jenny and Zoe and everybody else. It's great to see you in. Tim's Model Railway and different videos, hi to you. David Scott says Swedish Customs are a really real pain in the bottom. They are actually, yes, I can imagine. Right, but what else is on? So yeah, the 14X, it's got that really great smoke unit. It is absolutely amazing. I can't recommend it more highly. The weathering job on that is one of the best weathering jobs I have seen on a locomotive. It looks amazing. It's also packed in a Zemo sound decoder from Digitrains, which has actually got a really great sound. at the end we will actually let rip without let it play its sounds, and it really does sound
Well,
good.
that's a way to make people not want to stick around. At the end, Jenny's going to let rip.
Yes, through Billy's replacement speakers. We could go in with something like ESU and release a range of replacement speakers for sound locomotives.
Just license it out. Now the new range of replacement speakers is called Billy. I don't think that would go down.
Oh, I think it might. Then we've got Police Chief Wiggum, the purple A4, and then bringing up the innermost track, we have the Bachmann 24-1 as number 24137.
Is that the one that its number on the front just says "Woo"?
Yes, that's the one. Which I actually really love it. It's one of my favourite diesel models. I think Bachmann really did a great job on that. We also have the Rails Daypol D-Class in SECR Scraped Bead in grey, number 726, on the rolling road. And we've got a duet of Bachmann Class 25s, as number 2552.
Gwr Mink has a good point there.
Yeah?
I hope TRS gets to the point where we can sell his units as kits, because I'm not shipping 80 plus locomotives to the UK and back. I can't blame you on that. It would be a good thing, yes.
Yeah, the only thing is that it is quite an involved fitting.
And that's the issue, isn't it?
And you have to be prepared for the fact that actually he's done some incredible work to fit these in. But certainly, I think all technology starts out ironing out the wrinkles and gets better. But certainly, the basis of these is amazing. Cossie 118 BMK says, "Hi all, will a smoke unit set off my smoke alarm?"
No.
Not this one, because it's not like a Sooth smoke unit where you're using an oil that it vaporizes that gets fumes into the air. What this is actually doing, as I believe it, is it's got like an ultrasound unit, a very small ultrasound unit, and it is literally atomizing the water. So it's not hot, it doesn't boil it, it's creating steam at room temperature, and then it's blowing it out of the funnel, and it's got like a chuff rate which is matched to the sound decoder, and it is really, really effective. If anything, as you'll see on the video on Wednesday, if you put your hand or your finger over the funnel when it's running, it actually feels cool, and that is because as it's atomizing the water, the water gets colder to be atomized. It's the
Endothermic.
endothermic. Yes. Ben Tullett asks, Jenny, when are we going to see the Garden Railway again? It would be ideal for a very
Jenny,
hot
does your
live
Garden Railway work?
No, my Garden Railway does not currently work due to a small issue called a big conifer that has grown over the last 2 years, and as its trunk has got bigger, it has pushed the Garden Railway slightly out of the way, not by much, but by enough to open up a gap in the track of about 1.5 inches, which is really annoying. But David Scott, I always get it wrong. Yes, I know, chimneys and funnels, I get them the wrong way round. But David Scott says ships have funnels, locomotives have chimneys. Tim's Model Railways in different videos. I saw one of your engines got smoke making out of it. Yeah, and actually we should...
I've got to leave for a bit. I'm sorry, I'm
no
just
worries.
boiling.
So
I'll be back for the videos in half an hour.
Yeah, it is quite warm up here. We do have fans and stuff doing their
Yeah,
thing.
turn that round to be on you. I've got to get out of here.
Let's just...
Are you filling it up? Filling up, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, what I need to do now is... Are we? I'm gonna have to blow it. Blow it.
I'm gonna blow this joint.
I'm gonna blow the joint. But no, I need to blow down the funnel to clear some of the stuff out of it. So when it comes back round. But Paul Higgins says leaves on the line. Yeah, I can imagine actually. Clive Cobalt says, Jenny, Troon railway station in southwest Scotland caught fire Saturday a week ago. Yeah, I saw that on the news as well. I haven't seen whether they found the reason it did that, but that was a huge fire spread through the roof space. Simon the Railway Enthusiast 83 says, is it warm in that loft? Actually, yeah, it is quite warm, I must admit. So we've got a one of those small air conditioning units that blows cooled air. It's not a proper air conditioning unit. We've got a 12-inch fan, and we've got a bottle of, it started out as solid ice, but it's slowly melting. And as it melts, we transfer the water, the cold water from the bottle, into the thing that's blowing colder air. Right, Maddenstein Railway says, I'm sorry to say that I have work tomorrow, so I'm going off to bed. I'll see you both next week. Long live the Monday Club. Absolutely, and thank you ever so much for joining us. It's been great to have your company, and of course, the Monday Club live stream does become a regular video, so people can always catch up with everything that they missed. Ham Shackleton says there's so much ex-China stock still on the Ever Given, we've been calling it Ever Stuck. Yes, apparently the ship has been deemed unfit for passage at sea at full speed, so she is steaming at 10 knots to Rotterdam, where she will be fully unloaded rather than going on to Felixstowe. So there will be a delay on the contents, but I know for certain that Daypol do have stock on there. If other model railway manufacturers have stock on there, they haven't actually admitted to it that I'm aware of, but Daypol have, and that includes at least the O gauge class 121 bubble cars. Right, 156 Andrew says, hope Troon station roof gets rebuilt. Yeah, it would be absolutely sad if they just flatten that and put in a monstrosity instead. But, right, what else is going on? In the news, we have got an announcement that Class 59s in Daypol will be making a comeback in N gauge. And Rails of Sheffield as well will be having an exclusive version of one of those. So one to look out for. We have also seen the GWR Iron Mink be actually produced as part of their 3D printed range. You may remember the Southeastern and Chattan Railway vans. The next model in that range is the GWR Iron Mink, being produced 3 different running numbers of each livery variant. So we've got 3 BR Grey, we have got 3 Great Western with the large GW, and then we've also got 3 different running numbers with the small GW in the corner. Now, I don't have any of those. They are retailing for, I think it's around the £36 mark. And at the moment, I'm absolutely strapped on cash, it has to be said. But certainly it does look really good. And my experience of the SE and CR wagons has been absolutely astounding. Really, really do love those. Really, really pleased with them. So I am pretty certain that the Iron Minks from Rails of Sheffield will be something special as well. James Pets, really great to see you. I do approve of James Pets being in the chat. Says, good evening. I see that you are back in the loft of Train Joy. I approve of sensible temperature. Yeah, it's certainly a lot better than it has been. It's not the coolest. The cupboard monkey has actually pushed off because she's actually starting to overheat. But certainly it's a lot better than it was. But also, James, I hear that you've had some pretty grim weather down south. Now, you need to share that rain, because we'll take some off you to ease the load. Hope you haven't been flooded out, because I do know that a few people down south have. David Scott says, Ever Given, currently off northwest France in the English Channel. Oh, actually, that's gone a lot faster than I thought. I was under the impression she was only authorised to steam at 10 knots. James Pett says, oh, sorry, I thought you were going to tell us about the weather. It's okay. Shanghai 264359, really, really great to see you. It says, looks as though the Ever Given is due in Rotterdam on Thursday. All right, yes, yeah. So, let's have a look. Ben Tullett says, any Hornby news? Their locos are severely delayed by the looks of things. Now, whilst Hornby, I'm not aware, having said that they have any stock on the Ever Given, it doesn't mean that they don't, and it may be interesting to see that once the Ever Given is docked and the all of those containers that have been trapped on her make their way finally to the customers, then I know that IKEA are waiting on a huge amount of stock on the Ever Given, but we may actually see stuff coming through from other manufacturers, even though they haven't necessarily said that that's where their stock is. Hornby have actually been doing quite well, and one thing I would say for all of the Australian viewers, Hornby have had the New South Wales C38 class locomotive in the range, and it was announced back in January, and then everything's gone really quiet on it, and then when I took a look, they're nearly sold out, which is like, wow, that's done incredibly well. So when I spoke to Hornby earlier today, they said actually it's sold really, really well, and they're down to just their last few. It's actually showing on their website as low stock. As for other items coming through from Hornby, I haven't heard anything. Right, Ham Shackleton says, someone asked about the Duchess. As far as I know, it is still current. I know that the Princess Coronation class, or people colloquially call them the Duchess class, but actually they're not all named Duchess of something. So the ones things like City of London, City of Liverpool, City of Birmingham, City of Glasgow, those kind of names, they are also the same class of locomotive. And I think it's City of Salford and it's either City of Birmingham or City of Glasgow may also still be available. There's also some with monarchs names like King George VI. That is also one of the princess coronations, which is quite confusing really when you think about it. But certainly, yeah, the model is of a very up-to-date standard. I do love it. I've got Duchess of Atholl, which is the Hornby 00 Duchess of Atholl up there as well. And they're actually, I think they're... No, actually, I've got Duchess of Abercorn as well. Thank you ever so much, Flymo1, for sharing those. James Pett says, gosh, that is a very long freight train behind that Class 47. Absolutely. And as you might remember as well, that when I did the Southeastern and Chattan Railway D-Class review, the locomotive, the D-Class, remember it's just a 440, actually was able to pull that same train. And partly that is down to the traction tyres. Now, I know a lot of people aren't big fans of traction tyres, but and I'm not a fan of them either. But on a 440 locomotive, it actually does work quite well if done like this locomotive in a good way. Now, there's no problems with electrical continuity, and this thing really does have some amazing pulling power. Not unlike the Hornby Schools class, the most recent version of which also does have traction tyres on one axle, and that too has amazing haulage capacity. James Pett says traction tyres on a 440 equals need a stay alive. I know the jury's out on that. Now, I fitted as part of the DCC fitting guide on this locomotive. In fact, let's change camera angles. You'll just about see it sat on the DCC Concept Premium Rolling Road up here. That actually does have one of the stay alives. Now, the reason I fitted it with a stay alive was to show that actually how easy it was to not only DCC fit. I would argue that it's probably about the easiest locomotive to DCC fit that I have seen, probably only matched by the Daypole Mogul, which also has the same pull-out door-to-board in the smoke box. But it does leave plenty of room for a really, really easy stay-alive fit. Somerset Andy says the 47 Jenny is running well. Nice to see it again. Absolutely, and thank you ever so much for your generosity sending that over. I also have to name check, and I'm really, really sorry actually, I have completely forgotten your name. If you give me one moment. Just give me one moment. I have lost the message. No, silly phone. Silly phone. But I want to name check the person who's promised. Let's have a look. So, we've got Robert Scott has incredibly generously offered to send a Paragon 3 Rolling Thunder locomotive, which is, let's just see what it is. It's a 484 Niagara locomotive by Broadway Limited in New York Central livery, and I am absolutely in your debt, sir, for your generosity as well. And it's just, I'm always humbled by you guys' generosity. The number of people who've sent locomotives in for me to review and allowed me to keep them is absolutely humbling. So thank you ever so much. Somerset Andy, of course, sent the Class 47 that you see in here. And I was never really a Class 47 person, but actually I have fallen in love with that locomotive, which is why it's actually doing a lot of running on here. Ben Tullett says, Train Lover TV recommendation for all people in the UK. The Secrets of the London Underground on the channel yesterday is really interesting to watch. And absolutely, the channel yesterday has also produced some really great quality television. Forthcoming in the autumn schedule, don't have precise dates, is a 10-part series which features yours truly with Super Secret Project 10. Which is a layout that I built for them, is something that is to look forward to. James Petts, I thought you might approve of Class 47s. Let's have a look. Flymo Chairman 1 also says, those pickup wipers from DCC Concepts look very handy items. Absolutely, yes. I've seen people use them not just to add something like, just to give you an idea of inspiration, if you wanted to add tender pickups on an older locomotive maybe that didn't come with tender pickups, in order to improve its running ability, you can use those wiper pickups very easily, fit them to the tender of an older tender locomotive. DCC Concepts also sell a plug-in linking cable and it's 2-way, 3-way, 4-way, 6-way and 8-way, something like that. And you can buy a multi-pack, or you can buy a pack of just the type that you want, that would allow you to then effectively bring pickups from a tender into a locomotive. Or you could actually, in the case of, let's say for example, a Hornby X Dapol L&Y Pug, you could add those wiper pickups to a permanently coupled wagon to improve its pickup as well. Mark Rutter said, Jago Hazard's channel is great on Underground History too. Yes, I have watched some of those as well. And that's one of the things actually, that there's a lot of great content out there on YouTube. Jim Forsyth 6000 says, Troon was a Glasgow and South Western railway station, opened in 1892. Yeah, as Cameron Patterson says, is Troon not a Calais station? I believe it's the wrong side of Scotland. The Calais was on the primarily on the west coast. Big hello to Wiven Model Railway. Really great to see you in as well. We've got a really great turnout. Amory Junction as well, just about to go off the top of my screen. Hello to you. James Petts approves of Jago Hazard. Absolutely. Ian White asks, Jenny, have you got a Hellion Class 58 yet? No, I'm afraid a Class 58 is deficient. I am bereft of Class 58. I don't have any. I'm really sorry about that. Not long since got my first Class 35, so slowly getting there. One of each tops class. I'm probably going to end up with a Class 66 at some point, because I keep seeing them pass through Settle Station. And one thing I will say, I'm not really one for post-privatisation, but the Class 66, as it actually, as the driver puts their foot down, it does have quite a nice sound. I quite like it. Somerset Andy says, when we did our steam train trip down to Kingswear in Devon, we had a Class 47 as well. Awesome. Absolutely. Now, I remember when I was at BRNC Dartmouth, we got to see the steam railway opposite. In fact, I think it's the only railway station that is separated from the railway line it serves by an expanse of water that you have to catch a ferry over. Dove, it's my model railway, says, just found a Billy Smart's Landy on eBay. Now, I will check with Oxford Diecast. They will have the moulds for that in their range. And if they are doing a run of those, I am so going to get a tack-on run for Billy's replacement speakers. South Line Southern Line 47s always look great in intercity livery. And to be honest, everything does. And one thing that I think was a missed opportunity is a Class 03 in intercity livery. Now, the closest to that a Class 03 ever got was 03179, I believe, was the only Class 3 to get Network Southeast livery, which has some similarities to not just intercity but also regional railways, and I guess ScotRail as well. But I think that an intercity liveried Class 03 would be great. Billy's replacement speakers! Big hello, Billy! I suspect that that's Iron Horse Railways, but I have no proof on that. It says 10% off all new subwoofers for Monday Club members, just loading them up into the company's Reliant Rego. Yeah, hurry up and get William Sr. out the back of the van. Oh dear. Does he have a lackey called Rodney? George Botterini says, hi ladies, waiting for my PRR T1 and Southern Pacific Daylight DCC and sound to arrive. Oh, absolutely. They sound great. Also, don't forget, I get told off for plugging DCC Concepts too much, but as I'm there every day, I see the sort of stuff they got. We actually do have a lot of the MTH stuff. There are some of the Rolling Thunder models from Broadway Limited Imports, but also the Roco S160. We've got a number of those there as well. Just give them a ring. We've also got a Pennsylvania Central, I think it is. The One Coco One electric locomotive. I can't remember what it's called, which is a Bachmann Sound one. James Pett says, a delight. You will actually need to make a whole YouTube channel on this theme now. Oh, well, we've been developing the backstory, and just for those of you who joined fairly late on, Zoe and I have been working on the Billy's backstory. We believe that the company was started in the 1920s by William Sr., and it was William Loud's replacement gramophone horns, and the logo would have been a bit like the HMV logo, the old one with the gramophone and the dog looking at the horn. But instead it would be one of those, probably a basset hound with floppy ears, looking like it's being blasted from the trumpet. And then, of course, later on, William Jr., known by now as Billy, originally started out his career. He was a bit of a rebel, so he left the family firm and went on a tour as a roadie for the rock group Spinal Tap, and was actually responsible for the speakers that also went up to 11 in order to pair them with the infamous amplifier that was made to go up to 11. After touring with Spinal Tap's ill-fated Smell the Glove tour, Billy Jr. came back to take over the family firm and rebranded it for a new decade, grabbing it kicking and screaming into the late 1980s as Billy's replacement speakers, made notorious by a series of television adverts which started out really, really quiet and then gradually So they started out normal volume, and then gradually. In fact, no. I'll tell you what he did. He sponsored a drama series on ITV where he paid an exorbitant amount of money to get them to start out at a normal volume and slowly lower the volume as the program progressed, so that people at home would be forced to slowly turn up their TV volume, quite perplexed as to why it kept going quiet. And at the end of the program, knowing full well that everybody's television would be maxed out on volume in order to hear the program, he would then broadcast at the loudest possible volume the "sponsored by Billy's Replacement Speakers" and blow everybody's speakers. So that is some of the backstory of Billy's Replacement Speakers that we've come up so far. But also, where's my little pointy stick gone? I've misplaced my pointer. That's weird. I haven't moved, but oh, there it is. Oh, the cupboard monkey moved it. So, over in the corner, this over here, where you just see the green finger of doom waving about the top of your screen, that property has recently been purchased by Billy's Replacement Speakers to become their UK distribution hub. Ah, right. But yeah, Ruben Ashwell says that's an awesome backstory of the Billy's Replacement Speakers. Absolutely. James Pett says Billy's backstory. Excellent. We're going to develop this. Maybe we'll create some kind of a short story around Billy. Big hello to David Watts. It's great to see you. Martin Siesma says, were they responsible for the 11-inch Stonehenge? I don't know, but definitely he was responsible for designing the speakers to match up with the amplifier that went up to 11. Billy's Replacement Speaker says, new outlet opening soon on Weir Yard. Oh yes, that's right. And Billy's Replacement Speakers, they've also got a premium brand with that old school quality, and it's branded a blast from the past. Nigel Cole said HMV dog was called Nipper. Yeah, I think actually I'm sure I have heard that somewhere before actually. It's getting quite warm up here, so if I start to glisten, then that's what it is. But we do as well, for anybody who didn't catch the beginning, I'm currently wanting to commission a van of some description. Now, my thoughts were a transit van, but I am quite open to other forms of vans, or even a Series 2 Land Rover, given that I have now learned that Oxford have in the past put out one with a loudspeaker set on the roof. And I really like the idea of a Billy's Replacement Speaker van. Tim's Model Railways in different videos. Is it hot in the loft tonight? Yes, yes it is. It is very, very hot. But right, I need to... Oh, come here, you. I'm going to try and get the TRS train's model smoking again. Right. One of the things I found with this, and actually, it's really good. Oops, I'm just going to... I think I've overfilled it. There are a few little quirks with this, but actually, I find... I'm going to suck all the water out. It's not actually as much as I thought in there, so I'm going to put most of that back in. And I'm going to... Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 14XX on some rollers so we can have it in one place. I've actually got 3 of the gold-plated ones. So if I put this on, let's put it here. And I'm very mindful. I'm a little bit sweaty, and sweat is got salt in, which means it's very easy to give yourself a jolt off the DCC. So I'm going to put this locomotive onto here. And then hopefully, yeah, that's just about in shot. So shift, headlight 0, shift, headlight 0. And there we go. I don't know if people can see that. I think if I'm going to move some of these locomotives out of the way. Let me just move those, and then stay alive on this is actually quite impressive because it's still rolling. This locomotive is still rolling, it must be said. So I'm just going to put you back on there. Come on, you. And there she blows. So I know that Kyle Humphreys over at TRS Trains sent me a message saying it's like typical, misbehaving itself. But there we are. You can just about, I can see on my screen, she's puffing away like a good one. That is the really amazing smoke unit from TRS Trains. And it is their unique selling feature. So you can see it's kind of a little bit obscured by the logo, unfortunately. The wagon picture in the way. I'm going to move it a little bit further forward. So if I can get it right up here. Just underneath the wagon, there we go. So it is a very impressive smoke unit, and it is the best, I mean like by a country mile, the best smoke unit that I've ever seen fitted to a locomotive. And I've never been a big fan of working smoke units, but this one really is something special, seriously. John JMC says, get the wagon out of the way. I can't move that, unfortunately. But I can see on my screen, you'll see in, like wafting about behind the wagon logo. That's as far forward as I can get that. The only other thing I could possibly do is... No, I can't. I'm sorry. Richard Swiderski says wagon logo in the way, Jen. You can see that smoke in it. Is pretty impressive. Unless I think it might mess up. Let me just see now. Let me see if I can move it over here. I don't know if it'll mess up the ABC shuttle. No, it's not quite in section, so that should be all right. So there you are. Can we see it there? Richard Swiderski says, can see it now. So there you are. That is, well, it's smoke, but it's water. It's made of water, but it's atomized. And I've never seen a smoke unit so effective. And if you're worried about it getting hot, there's my finger over the top. And it actually feels slightly cool. So there's no risk of that locomotive overheating. And that, I mean, there's just benefits to this, no detractions. I know that I've seen some of the oil-based smoke units can get so hot that they melt. That is not an issue with this. The oil-based smoke doesn't look right. This does. It actually looks like the real deal. And also, this just runs on water. So there's no fumes in the air. So, you know, if you've got a smoke alarm, not going to be a problem. You're not going to end up with bleary eyes because, quite frankly, that's just water. I was really impressed by the Tornado. John JMC says, yeah, they produced no heat at all. Brian Harper says, run your layout. Well, the layout is running. The only thing is I've moved that there so you can actually see and appreciate the working smoke. And I'm just going to leave it there on the rollers, and I will fill it up when it starts to run out a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to get that train running by 7002. So I'm going to put a little Class 7 shunter down here. And let's just see. Right, recall. Select loco, and that is number 7002. Enter. Turn the lights on. Change its direction. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. So there we are, that's got that train running. At least then we've got another train. Right, David, it's My Model Railway, says it probably uses an ultrasonic transducer to atomize the water. Yes, ultrasonic was mentioned. John JMC says NCE, good choice. Absolutely. And another big up for Ken Patterson and the What's Neat This Week posse. It was Ken Patterson that spoke really highly of these, so when it came time to get a decent DCC system, it was really the only choice. And I'm just going to go and get something, because I demonstrated this on What's Neat This Week, and I'm just going to unplug it from over there. And for anybody looking at easy point control with the NCE, this has been designed to be natively compatible. This is the Alpha Central unit, so we've got 12 sets of buttons, and I'm going to plug this in now. So on your NCE, if you're just using the standard NCE panel, the socket to the right of where your NCE handset plugs in, you just plug this in. And when I plug it in, let me just turn it round. So there we are, and everything lights up. And this, we can now, if I press these buttons, you'll hear the switches over on the other side, because that's where they are. So perfect accessory changing. You can still change them from the NCE, but this is really, really useful for that as well. It's actually one of my favourite products from DCC Concepts. Right, anyway, David Watts says, does it work with analog or is it DCC only? I presume that we're talking about the 14XX. It is DCC only as far as I know, but certainly well worth it. I mean, they're not cheap, but you get a lot for your money. That's got a Zemo sound in there. Let me just find it. I'll give you a blast of its sound. So I love that sort of clanky, wheezy noise as you kind of back off the power. And as you notice, the smoke unit is tied into the chuff. And you just get this kind of wisp when it's not powering. So I'm really, really impressed with this. But that is quite loud, so I'm going to turn that off, but I will... Oh no, apparently you can't have sound, the whistle if the... there you are. John JMC says, can also use the NCE mini panel or auxiliary input unit AIU to do the same as the Alpha Central. Absolutely, yeah. And I'll be honest, if you've got a lot of points, it really is the only way to fly. Now, why is that being... You're being naughty, you are, down there. Right, let me find that and give it some more beams. So I need 7002. Let's give that a little bit more power. Right, let's change the camera angle. Simon the Railway Enthusiast 83 says, thank you, James. Oh, sorry, yeah, James, coming past now. I believe that the Class 47 on the outer track on the right is Intercity Swallow. It is. I also have a Class 37 in Intercity, which is Bullet Day. I can't remember its exact number. Something like 37431, maybe, something like that. I also have not one but two different Class 8 shunters in Intercity, and a little bit off-piste, I have a Class 25 in Intercity livery as one of the Ethels. I think it's Ethel 3. Ian Turvey says, that's fantastic, love the sound and resultant chuff. Yeah, it's a Zemo sound chip, which the sound file itself, I'm told, came from Digitrains. David Watt says, wow, that is impressive. Almost convinces me to go DCC. Shame I've got too many locos to convert. You can do it slowly. That's exactly how I did it. When I converted to DCC, I actually I did it over the space of a year. James Pett says, does that class 07 have a stay alive? I think it does, but for some reason it stalled over there. So we'll see how it does coming round. I know 2 of my 3 class 07s have stay alives, but I can't remember which is which. Yeah, Ham Shackleton, absolutely. Start a new DCC layout. It's only money. Absolutely. And you can, if you're very, very careful, and you have to be very, very careful because never the twain shall meet, but you could have, say, like one of the tracks on your layout go DCC as you slowly increase the number of... oh, hold on. Where's my little pipette that I had? Oh, I've lost the pipette. Where have I put the pipette? We have an emergency! How have I lost it? I haven't moved from here. Oh, found it. Right, so I'm just going to get some more of the bottled water.
Now Billy had a special chord that he would play and it pleased the Lord. But you don't care about his speakers, do you?
Yeah, right. Let's just... and this is the thing I like about this 14XX.
Wow, it's warm up here.
It is, rather. The thing about this 14XX, unlike the Tornado, is you can fill it up on the move. So I don't actually have to mess about with it, which is really, really good. Did I get one?
That is yours, because I could go and scroll down, so I brought this for you.
Oh, how cool. But you'll have to talk to the nice people whilst...
That's fine. So I had another idea for the backstory of Billy's replacement speakers.
Did you hear the backstory, incidentally? That
I did.
What did you think?
I thought it was great, but you've missed out one thing. William Loud Sr. had a contribution during the war effort. And he was part of Operation Brown Note.
Oh, no, I know where this is.
To attempt to discover the mythical frequency of sound that causes an enemy soldier to void his bowels into his trousers. Now, this sound was unsuccessful because it turns out it doesn't exist, but of course, it's still a major contribution to the war effort because now we know. So yes, Operation Brown Note.
Yeah, I like that. We should actually write down the Billy's backstory.
Absolutely, we should. So, did you enjoy yesterday's comedy, by the way, the stand-up set?
I did actually, but right, I'm looking at the time. We need to show people's videos.
We do. That's why I've come back up. So I thought I'd just join in with that.
Wiven Mollerowi says, is that a fab, Jetty? Yes, and
it is. F-A-B.
it is fab. Oh. I haven't had these since I was a kid.
You had one earlier on today.
Well, yeah, before you bought this box.
Wow, you can really see that train going with the smoke, can't you?
It's good, isn't it? Really good. Right.
It really is. It's actually spectacular. I'm very impressed.
Right.
So, Billy's replacement speaker says, sorry, that is still top secret. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I would be, but I'm not.
I have a feeling I know who that is.
Well, yes, it's Billy. With his replacement speakers. Says so in the name. And you know, nobody on the internet would lie.
Yeah, because they're all desperately honest on the internet.
Yes.
In fact, I think we should ask on the internet, because do you think there might be somebody with an opinion on this?
Oh my goodness, someone on the internet with an opinion, but they'll never share it. Oh, so I'm loading up the links that we need for the show. Where's my... There it is. I'll bring up the chat again for you, so you can continue with your chat. Oh, where are we? Right. Just takes me... Oh my god, I'm almost passing out again. We'll play a few of these videos. We haven't got a huge amount that have been sent in today, but I do know that there have been over the few weeks. So,
and of course, if you want to send in and share your model railway at any point of construction, don't worry, we love to see them all. Then you can send them the file URL No, don't send it as an attachment, but as a URL.
It just won't get through.
URL to zoe@zoerobinson.com. I nearly said to Billy's replacement speakers. That's really becoming a thing. Big hello to Values56XX. Says the sound of a red tuba, according to Mitchell and Webb. A red tuba? White Wall Wheels, one hardcore MOH. It says Fly Motel Jenny, the loco on the shuttle link is caught up to the 14XX with Steam. Ah, yes, but it stops just in time because I have thoughtfully put the 14XX just slightly forward of the actual slit in the track.
Oh my goodness.
Nigel Cole says that looks fab.
It does. Southern Line says, best thing I ever did going from DCC to DC, like so many of us, so many advantages. And like Jenny said, take it step by step with Locomotive, especially when on a budget.
I'm assuming he meant he went the other way from DC
I would
to
expect
DCC.
so. But even so, yeah, take it step by step and make sure that you can switch between the two on your
don't
layout.
let them mix each other, because if you feed DCC voltage back into your DC controller, then it's going to cause some serious damage. Richard Sweeney asks, what if Billy's replacement speakers also provided lecturers if a lecturer had to miss a lecture they were supposed to give? And maybe they just did them from a distance and they just sort of point the speaker stack in the direction of the establishment and just bombard it with sound.
Why not? Okay, so we do have now 3 photographs from Charles Gibbs. Says 3 photos for the enjoyment of Monday night friends: a Dapol B4, Rails Terrier, and a Hatton's P-Class, all on Weasley Tor Railway. So if you want to jump over to that,
excellent!
because
so,
these are always great.
I love this vignette style.
Vignette,
that as well.
not
Big
vignette.
hello! Yeah, shut up. Hello, Timbersurf. Great to see you.
Hello.
Deltic Dan 900 says, first time joining. Does the 14XX use distilled water like the Hornby Live Steam or just normal water? Yes, it needs to have bottled water, not like sort of like Buxton Spring, because that's full of all sorts of salts. But yes, it needs to be effectively water that has been purged of any nasties that could otherwise sort of precipitate inside it.
Which is a fair point, and actually a very good one to raise. So I love the style that we've got on this photo. I mean, look at the detail on that background, the depth. It just
the colours just look so good.
Yes.
And that's the Dapol B4 dock tank, which I actually really like as a model, but I have to say, it's a locomotive that really punishes you if you get it wrong when you DCC fit it. Flymo Chairman 1 says, I've got 500 watts per channel worth of speakers. Oh yeah, that is a Billy special installation. Martin Searsman says, I put a DC loco on my layout, the light came and the motor buzzed. I must at some point do an experiment for science and actually put a DC loco on a DCC track and just leave it there and film it and see what actually happens.
So we've got a very nice one here with the depth of field as well.
That actually works really well.
From my point of view, the way he's managed to get the focus to go quite far, that looks real. They're very impressive. And final one, I don't know, is that a...
What,
to be honest with you, that fence reminds me of my school. The infant school I went to
it's like,
in the 80s.
What do they call that kind of... it's like a iron railing fence.
Yeah. We used to all hang off it and shout insults at people because we were horrible.
Donget's Model Railway says I'm sure the DC loco will eventually get hot and become unhappy. I can imagine, yeah.
Can you switch back so we can move on?
Radio. So
thank you very much for those, Charles Gibbs. They were really good.
Right. Dungerwood Model Railway says it'd be de-ionized water for the steaming loco, definitely, yeah. Charles McGowan, big hello to you, says hi, better late than never. Oh, you've got a thing for that.
I do. I'd have to set it off. I can't for the life of me right now. But
A Monday Clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Doing Gandalf's voice is really difficult. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
I think you're going to love this one. This is from Timothy Kynard.
Okay, make it full screen.
And this is very special. Is that actually... Wow, the computer is slowed to a halt. It's still going, but it doesn't want to...
Is it actually playing? Can I switch over?
Yeah, you can switch over, but I don't know what it's going to do. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think the computer's gone really... Oh no, it is running.
It's decided to go... That must have been jerky. Hello to Zach!
Big hello to Zach Farnworth. It's great to see you. Hope you are well.
So I'm going to put this...
John JMC says DC model and DCC, if it has a cordless motor, it will never run right ever again. Oh, this is a camera on train. I love these. I love this sort of it's like
that is lovely.
It reminds me of, you know, those stylized Santa at the North Pole type things, or Polar Express.
It's so bright and happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Oh, this is nice.
That's what we need for the Garden Railway. Something like that. Something that's cool.
Yeah, that is really, really nice. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
Yeah, you get dizzy though really quick going round. James Pett says, this is cute. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gordon Hanning says, yep, 4,000 watts per side. I like my rock music loud.
I like my rock music loud and my ears ringing.
Yeah. Yeah. Nigel Cole said, would Billy's replacement speaker be able to help with replacing missing trainers? Oh, Billy's replacement sneakers. Oh, actually, maybe he'll have some spin-off brands.
I like that.
Yeah, I think we should have some spin-off brands like Billy's replacement sneakers.
That's cool.
Valleys 56XX says hometown USA there.
It really is lovely.
But thank you very much for sharing that with us. We're going to move on for the next one, shall we?
Oh, I'm loving that. I'll put the link into the thingamajig. With the solar powered lighting as well.
Definitely. A very interesting camera review, says Richard Swidowski.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you ever so much for sharing that with us. It's gone very jerky.
Thank you very much, Timothy Kynard.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that it isn't jerking too much on the screen when you see it.
Dongit's Model Railway says, is Billy the person behind the PMPO wattage numbers rather than using RMS, perhaps? Oh, definitely. But I think there should be like overseas franchises. So it's like, but it's not Billy. It's Billy's German cousin, Wilhelm. Wilhelm Ersatz. What was the word for loudspeaker again? I've forgotten.
Haupt. I don't know what speaker would be.
Wait, somebody did put it in the thing actually.
Hauptheiler or something. Loudhailer? No,
I know. Is it how? I don't. Yeah. Whamgok, big hello to you. Says hi, Jenny Zoe in the Monday Club crew. Sorry I'm late, but it's been a heck of a day. Absolutely. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. As we always say, a Monday Clubber arrives precisely when they intended to. Everybody else was being inconsiderately early.
So this one's from DT Head, and it's Doctor Who visits the Medbury line. If you'd like to jump over when you've got a second.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is for all Doctor Who fans, not just for Jenny and Zoe for the Monday Club. It's an Aussie layout, and oh,
it's this one.
You do love this one, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! The TARDIS fell over.
Oh no! Oh, Union Pacific. So it's an American layout, but is it?
No, it's an Aussie layout with an American thing on it.
Ah.
No, yeah, James Petts is right. Multi-deck layouts are a delight. They really are. Someone said, Andy, thanks for coming along. See you later. Take care.
Absolutely. It's been great having your company, and as always, everybody is always welcome at all times. And don't forget to tickle that like button.
Love it.
Well done.
Love it.
Don't forget to tickle that like button. Sharing is caring as well. Do share us out to all forms of social media. And if you haven't already done so, do consider subscribing and
my
checking
goodness.
the all notifications button for keeping up to date with all the videos coming up.
This actually is quite good for showing just how big this layout is, because the TARDIS keeps getting smaller
definitely.
and smaller.
Why is that not running?
I'm loving this.
Hmm.
The Doctor's going to need to see a doctor suspended. Oh wow.
There we are. I've got the steam unit running. It's very easy actually to get the steam unit back up and running. Once you know its quirks, it's actually really, really reliable and simple to just you blow a bit of the water off the ultrasound generator.
Some of the other areas.
Oh, I do
You
approve
love
of bridges. Yeah.
It gives a real sense of height to a layout as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the thing about all layouts is it's nice to not just have vertical height above the tracks, but also some degree of height below them as well. And bridges make a really great feature whereby you can have things going on beneath track level.
Oh, I like that. That was cool.
That is really nice.
Oh, now we'll get to see some more.
I
Look
love
how many layouts there are.
I think this is the triple layered layout. There's
Yeah.
3 different layers. So I think you need stilts in there. But there's so much going on. I do love this layout.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much for sharing this with us. Dongit's Mother Rowe says, that's out of gauge. Yeah, a little bit.
The Gordon Hanning, you're absolutely right. Cracking that. It really is.
Oh, no,
He's
no.
pushing it again.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's not supposed to happen.
Clive Cobalt, thank you very much for coming along and joining us.
Absolutely. Look, it's been great having everybody's company. And don't forget, tickle that like button. I like that Union Pacific, the yellow with the grey.
It's a chunky one, isn't it? It's nice.
Which is actually, I think that's a similar sort of livery to the Olco PA that I have, which is going to hold that up. Which we remember, it's currently my only US outline locomotive. But thanks to the generosity of a Monday Clubber, we do have a 484 steam locomotive on its way to us. And
This guy likes knocking the TARDIS over with his trains.
He does a bit.
I think it's going to happen again.
There does seem
Poor
to
Doctor's getting a shock here.
Oh, what are you doing? Stephen Cameron says, hi Jenny and Zoe, everyone okay? Absolutely. One thing I will say is I'm starting to overheat up here.
Okay,
so
what time is it? It's 5 minutes to 9. Shall we call it here, and we'll do the rest of them next time?
No, we can do more. I'm enjoying it. Oh, there we are. Thank you.
Wish I could use the TARDIS noises, yeah.
But look, thank you ever so much for that. We really enjoyed that video. Do we? Let's have one more.
We have loads left. That's the.
Do we? Well, come on.
Yeah.
Let's put another one up, and I'll let you do some talking whilst I'll just get. I just need to. Cool the blood.
Okay, we've got one here. James Pett says, here's a link to a brief 15-second video of some carriage lighting in N gauge in which I've been working lately, showing a 10-carriage train passing at speed. The carriages all use the DCC Concept spring pickups.
Oh, brilliant. Well, actually,
let's have a look at this.
If you want to just bring that up. Chuggity chug, chuggity chug, chuggity
Network
chug.
Express by Night, it's called. Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to move over. You want to hit play? Is it playing?
Don't know.
There.
There. Right, it has to. So are you loaded up?
Yeah, we're ready.
Turn the sound off.
Oh, they're actually
There's
really
no
effective.
ability to make it bigger. But yeah,
those
they
lights
look
actually
great.
are really effective, and that's in N gauge.
That looks great.
That is actually. Oh, that really does cool you down.
Well,
doesn't it?
thank you very much, James, for that. That was great. I'm going to
Thank
grab
you
the
so much.
URL.
That is
paste
brilliant and really effective.
Yes.
And it's one of the things that I really like about this sort of adding extra features to stuff.
Aftermarket mods.
J. Paul Anderson says, Jen, what's the engine on the turntable? That is, I keep getting asked. I don't know why I keep getting asked, because it's been there for a few weeks, actually.
Yes, but now
that
people can
is
see it clearly.
Duchess of Montrose.
Can I just also point out, it may have been there for a few weeks, but we haven't been in here for a few weeks.
No, I mean, it's been there probably for even as much as a month. Ruben Ashwell says, love a bit of Network Southeast. Absolutely, I do as well. James Pett says, glad you liked it. Well, look, thank you ever so much for sharing it as well. It's been great. Stephen Cameron says, Mary and I are on holiday in Wick this weekend. Oh, wow. Hopefully the weather will be great for you.
Okay, so we've got here, as our final one, because it's going to have to be the last one tonight.
Okay.
This is, if I can bring it up.
Yeah, David Watts says, the frozen water bottle is great. I put a 2-litre one in the bedroom at night and let it slowly melt. It takes the edge off the temperature.
Yeah.
Absolutely, especially if you put it in front of a fan. Really, really good. Timber Sir says, are you still going to the USA, Jenny? Unfortunately, not at the moment, because the travel ban is still in place. Not just for me, I hasten to add, all people in the UK. We can't get to the US. And it's the same for a good number of other countries as well. But I'm right, I'll just change this over to that.
From Richard Swiderski.
Oh.
It's a model railway exhibition at Chester Cathedral.
Oswestry Road TMD says, Zoe, have you got their email? It may be that it gets carried over to next week because we're well behind on the ones that have been sent in. But we will check at some point. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I have to admit, I haven't been checking because we've been dealing with a lot of updates
this
and
is
stuff.
I reckon there's New Junction. That's Richard Watson and Mike Wilde. I recognise the pair of those reprobates. Who sent this in?
Richard Swiderski.
Oh, right, yeah. So this is Pete Waterman's huge railway that he's been putting together.
This looks amazing.
It's been running for quite some while, quite a while there actually, but sponsored by Hornby, Chester Model Centre. So really, it's actually quite narrow, but really impressive. And that is actually, look at that tunnel mouth at the back there.
Yeah.
It looks like some kind of temple. It's really impressive.
Whoa! That came out with a bit of force.
Did rather.
Richard, you're quite welcome. Thank you for sending it over.
Yeah, absolutely great, and nice to see New Junction in a video. He normally lurks, so New Junction, we've just seen you on screen.
So he does exist.
Yeah,
he's not just an AI.
Yeah. What was I going to say? All right, so David Watts says, I've not played with my trains in over a month due to the temperature in the top room. Absolutely, it's been really hot up here. I mean,
it's so hot up here.
Last Monday, we couldn't do the Monday Club from up here, and we struggled downstairs as well. Because it's the trouble with the UK is I think a lot of people who aren't based in the UK tend to forget that the UK doesn't actually do air conditioning. So
not just that, but
and it's also humid.
Yeah, it's really humid here. And our architecture is built to maintain a certain temperature, which means that when it gets really hot, it stays hot. So this is really cool.
It is actually, yeah. It's a very impressive layer. Oh, the blue Pullman HST.
There's all sorts going on there. There's texture on those backgrounds.
It is a very.
It looks real. And I say that a lot, but it looks real.
Well, it's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But that is a very nice, impressive layout, it has to be said.
All those trees.
Yeah, trees are always good.
I'm really impressed with this. I'm going to jump it on a little bit.
Okay, is that Richard in the background there? Oh, well, they do it. It's Richard and Mike doing an interview with Pete Waterman. So you actually managed to capture Hornby magazine doing some of its filming as well. Wow. Look at that guy photobombing you. You sort you.
We've all had people like that because you're in the zone. You want to get a certain shot and you don't think about it.
So this is the fiddly yard at the back.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So Mel says, "G'day, everyone." G'day.
It's huge.
It's great to see you. Michael Pollard says, "Good night, Jenny. Great show. Yes, hot in the loft, but my cure is go naked with the funnel." I suppose if you're on your own and not live streaming, that is an option, but sadly not here. Yeah, really nice layout. Thank you ever so much for sharing this with us. Have you put the link?
I have put the link in, and I think we have to recommend anyone who can go and have a look at this.
Absolutely, yeah. This is really, really impressive. So thank you ever so much for sharing this with us. I do love a good 25. That is a class 25, I think.
Yeah, Ham Shackleton says, as Pete said in an interview, a real railway is a long thing. Well, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Timbersurf says that's Dave from Megapoints in the check shirt. And yeah, there's probably a lot of well-known characters passed through there as well.
I would not be surprised. Yeah, that is brilliant. Thank you so much
George
for sharing
Botterini says, good night, ladies. Stay cool and healthy. Absolutely, us too. And it's at a point where it just got time for me to say, look, thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Sorry we haven't got through all the videos.
Yeah.
And we do get a bumper crop, and we're always humbled. There's so many people do share their videos with us.
It's wonderful for you to share your love of the hobby with us in that way. And
Absolutely.
I think it's wonderful. And the best thing we can do is to give back to the community by showing those videos.
Yeah, we've
we
run out of water. In fact, on camera there, you've just seen the 14XX run out of water. So what I'm going to do is show you just how easy it is to juice it back up. Put a little bit of water in there, and then best thing to do is it's F20, so turn it off, turn it back on, and there you go.
That is amazing.
Absolutely.
It looks great, and it's so simple.
So Jerry BVR, Gordon Hanning, Skipsy Train, Simon Train's Model Road Showcase, Oswestry Road TMD, Ruben Ashwell, Samuel Dennerby, the original Half-Ass Customs. So I'll send you videos and pics of the RPM meet so you can share them yourself. That will be absolutely great. I'm really looking forward to that. Had everything, American Limited Models and Model Railroad Hobbyist were sorting out to get me over there. And we've been thwarted, unfortunately, by the fact that there's still a travel ban in place.
And
but
there's
maybe
literally
next
nothing
year
we could do.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you've got your passport ready, your bags are packed.
I've got my passport, definitely. So maybe something later in the year. And you know, there's always the RPM meet next year as well. But look, until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying, if you haven't already done so, tickle that like button. The interaction is so important for helping the channel. Share the video to the stream to even on social media, and if you haven't already done so, do consider subscribing. We've also got all the merch down there. Do please have a browse, see if there's anything that takes your fancy. I know it's probably too hot for the hoodies, but certainly we've got t-shirts down there. We've got some lovely die-cut stickers. I particularly like the Do You, DMU, the Terrier Fest, and the Gronk It Up are some really great stickers, actually. And my books are still available.
Yes.
There's still about 10% of the Monday Club wagons available too. So Houston WHAP, good night to you. Jerry BBR, Nigel Cole, yep.
Evan Terry says, tomorrow is my first trip to my model railway club. Enjoy. It's always good to see that people are getting involved in their local clubs. So enjoy. I hope you have a really good time.
And absolutely, and that's the thing. We've got through this, people. We have done it, and
we're still here.
It's nice that we can now finally get back with people that we, friends, family. Yeah. And I'm just glad that we've been able to have somewhere that people can hang out and talk with like-minded people here on the Monday Club. But until next week, we've got coming up on Wednesday a full video on the TRS Trains 14XX that you see puffing away here. Really, really fabulous model. On Friday, I'm also going to be delving into Southeastern and Chattan Railway ready-to-run liveried locomotives, taking a look at what has been available through the years, just to get you in the mood for the forthcoming arrival of the Hattons Project Genesis 4 and 6 wheel coaches. Of course, the bird cages, there's 9 different ones of those that I'm aware of from Bachmann. So Southeastern and Chattan Railway felt a good place to start to explore ready-to-run pre-grouping locomotive liveries. But until then, you keep yourself incredibly safe. It's me, Jenny Kirk, along with the Cupboard Monkey, saying you take care. Be well, happy modelling. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. The train now departing is the 2106 service to Eindhoven, sponsored by Billy's Replacement Speakers. Stopping at Grove Street Yard. Weir Yard. No, it's already at Weir Yard. So it's stopping at Grove Street Yard, Bolton Trinity Road. A few other locomotive areas that Jen has made over the years. Passing via Tatters to Eindhoven and then all the way back to Weir Yard. That is the 2106 service to Eindhoven. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.